Alrighty. Well, since it seems like my primary microphone and phone jack are having a bit of a laugh at my expense, we're going to the backup microphone through the Bluetooth, so it's going to sound like old-time radio. Probably make that first lap just to music. No, and I kind of know my way through. We're going to top off the bike, make sure that I don't have any low tires, and take one more lap before this place shuts down today. I would take this thing on the motocross check, but the suspension would be pretty soft for that. Though I tell you what, this thing is like a lazy boy in the trails compared to the RM. Alrighty, nice full tank of gas. So we used about a third of a tank, about a gallon out of a almost 4-gallon tank. So one thing this tank is a little rough on is cross-threading the fuel cap. It's hard to get this thing stabbed right. Of course, I've always had that issue with IMS stuff. And it's not the original cap that came with it. The original cap that came with it, the overflow thing on it disappeared somewhere, question marks. So to kind of preface the first lap, I'm probably not going to do as much talking, even though you guys wouldn't have been able to hear it the first time anyway, is I did my first lap. Had no issues with flat tires. Yeah, these are still looking good. Noticed that my front tire was slightly out of square, but not bad. Used the bark busters a bit, and thanks to Kep's performance from Leander, my suspension appears to be doing great. My home patch appears not to be leaking. And once I do the top end, I'm going to go out and helicoil that in the oil filter hole. The other thing that I took away from this is I'm still running the DR650 juice in it. What is DR650 juice, you ask? Rotella diesel oil. So, I guess we'll do a little commentary and move a little quicker than last time. Seems like one of my hoses was hitting the exhaust pipe a little bit. Alright, bike. Oh, man. Love this auto decompression. This thing is great. So, let's get underway. I know it's kind of a risk to hit the trails right at the end of the day like this, because this place closes at 4 and it's now 2:30. But now that I've done it once, I can take a little bit of speed to it. I guess I'm going to have to buy a different recorder than using my phone. Keep the phone for the Bluetooth stuff. But let's, whoa, shit. So I was saying last lap was, I'm using the Tusk Hybrid gummies. The rear feels like it's got grip for days. The front, honestly, this front is making me miss the Kenda 760s a lot. As you can see, it's very washy and vague. I'm gonna keep it till I wear it out, or until I have another paycheck and I feel like re-upping a front tire. So, running 16 pounds in these tires still is a little high, but these are also super soft compound tires. Boy, this thing's got a lot of poke. So I was saying, these trails here, they're probably beginner to intermediate. There's a couple of spots here that keep things interesting. And it's your common Austin trails. Handlebar wide, lots of head obstacles, pretty tight. But, I mean, it's fun. I'm just coming from the land of DFW riding. So we like the ability to get out and use more than third gear. Now versus the RM125, this suspension is super plush. Huh, weird. Someone had a desert sled out here today. Super plush, super compliant. Very comfortable for trail riding. But then again, purpose-built enduro bike versus motocross bike being used for dual sport and trails. I have to fight the urge to take the established trail there. Ooh. I will say one thing about this bike, its torque is very forgiving. First lap I discovered I could actually upshift mid-uphill and still having to poke to get around. Damn, took that wrong path again. It's just the track flows so naturally right there. And I would try and do a foot turn, but I'm a little short on this bike, and doing like a 1-point foot turn is very challenging. I just kind of bobble over. Alright, here's our off-camber hill we had earlier. Take it easy on the brakes so you eat the tree. And honestly, I'm a huge fan of this rear tire. This thing's got grip for days. Front tire, maybe if I took it down to 13 pounds it'd be good, but I think the best way to describe it is very vague feeling. So I was also saying on the first lap, since my microphone had a sense of humor, but definitely this would, parts of this track would be good for me to teach the missus how to ride on, beginner wise. But a lot of these hills are daunting. And I remember as a new rider, how daunting that can be. Woo! I do kind of miss the brat, but I'll be honest, I enjoy the thump. Another thing folks say is when you put the auto decompression cam on this, it makes it stall happy, but I have yet to stall this bike today. And I have lugged it a couple of times. Ooh. I think with an oil change, this thing will be ready for prime time at Rocky Ridge next 2 weeks from now. Going back to my home track. Well, technically my home track's Flying P, but the ambulance chase just destroyed that dream. I grew up at Rocky Ridge, alternatively to Flying P. I'm curious to see how much has changed in 20 years. It's been a long time since I've been out there. Yeah, it's kind of nice to do some trails that are more than shoulder wide. I'm not knocking these folks at Spoaks. They have a really nice track out here. It's a little more intermediate friendly than Murphy's. Murphy's is really good if you want to take an adventure bike or you got a newer rider. This place definitely has a bit more poke to their trails too. Woo! Oh. I mean, you can ride them along park for free. But that place is like not the best place to shake down a bike. That's a good place to destroy a bike, because those trails get a little bit gnarly. Lots of limestone steps, stuff like that nature. I tried to do it on my Africa Twin. I made it about half a mile in and said forget that noise. I tried it out here too. This place is way too much for the Twin. Murphy's is about as single track as I can take on the Twin. There's a skunk somewhere around here. Hopefully I don't cross paths with it. I'm not used to this extra vibration past the 2-stroke. So I'm having a little bit of extra hand, whoa, arm pump. A lot of ankle breakers on the side of the trail, so don't get squirrely. And don't, my dad used to call it crazy legs. ride with your legs flopping all about. There's a lot of stuff that'll catch you here and break an ankle, and that'll make a very bad time for you. Part of the reason why you see me being so careful, because there are a lot of ankle breakers out here. That and my front tire's doing its best impersonation of Brian Boitano. It's skating up all over this place. Whoa! First stall, bump starts right back up. Also, part of the reason you don't want to get too spirited is there's a lot of sudden drops out here. Looks like one of the landowners out here is out sweeping. So you'll notice I'm huffing and puffing a lot less. The last 3 months of rebuilding this bike, you know, I work as a building inspector. I park at the end of the street and I walk every single house on the street. So my step meter says I'm doing about 5 to 7 miles of walking a day, which is helping with my endurance. But I need to go back to doing some arm pump exercises. Got me a racquetball or something. Yeah. So there's enough to keep things interesting here. The only other vague criticism I have of this place is some of the low-hanging branches. It's hard to stand up a lot of times. So you're in some of the rough stuff, and you have to make the choice between riding with good stance and getting dinged in the head, or riding with bad stance and getting racked in the ghoulies. Still, I really appreciate these people taking such time to maintain, mark, and switch up the trails. Whoa, whoa. Doesn't deflect near as bad as the old RM125. First time that one took me by surprise. Still not feeling ballsy enough to take on the mid-hill log jump. Woo! This thing's got torque for days. Having done this on a CRF 250L as well, on the old track, which actually was slightly easier than this one. This thing is just like tractor. Now you see why I insist on riding with handguards out of these places, especially here. Everything's handlebar wide. You know, I'm still trying to wonder who this guy was out on the Ducati here. If he's taking these trails on that Ducati, it must be hard for him to walk with his balls being that big. So really all I have to do to finish this bike off is sort out my last bit of wiring, get the dual sport kit going. Got a video of that, mostly done. I got some troubleshooting to do on it, but it seems fine. Definitely going to change oil after this. Well, this engine sounds like butter after I put all this work into it. If you haven't seen the video, when I was pulling the cams off to replace the or put in the auto decompression, previous owner, because previous owner just took this in trade and didn't really feel like rebuilding it. Previous owner lost one of those cam guides. Whoa, that's a lot of poke. That front end is just coming up. But yeah, previous owner, great grandfather, lost one of the cam clips down in the bottom of the engine, and it was kicking around on the stator for ages. So it was all bent up and knackered. Stator was all scratched up. One of my adventures of rebuilding this thing. Alright, shake my hand out for a minute. It's been about 3 months since I've been in the dirt, so I'm getting arm pumped pretty bad. You know, it's a real bummer I didn't get any of that audio on the first run. Ah! Oh man, a piece of mesquite just got under my guard and slapped me in the chest. Oh. At least it wasn't that flying cactus crap. Whoa. Okay, that was unexpected. Don't want to freak the bovine out. They have a tendency to charge at you if you piss them off too much. Here's time for a James May fact. Cows, in fact, do not go backwards. They always go forwards. So if you're going to ride around them and scare them, make sure that you're not on the business end of them. That's the indication to me I better hurry up and stop poking about this track. Well, I'm not poking about, I'm actually setting a serious pace for all that I can. That was that big rock from earlier. Woo! You know, my dad would have loved one of these when we were still racing. Alright, time to shake out my old hand for a second. Come on, feeling. Get back in there. There was a dip somewhere around here that was just front wheel wide. Ooh. Tell you what, this thing definitely has poke. Alright, memory serves me right, there should be another tight wood section, and then more fields, and then it opens up to the end of the track. Alright, come on, feeling. Whoa! And by the way, this is not an endorsement for Lennar Homes. I think it's one of the guys that lives out here or is friends with the builder. Uses their signs for extra marking. Not saying anything bad, just given what I do for a living, I can't endorse a builder. I mean, neutral on my recommendations, folks. I'm saying it's just kind of a music thing. When I see it work every day, oh, it feels like I've got some thorns up in my chest protector from that mesquite. Well, whatever. I'm being beat by Mistress Trail Ride. Spike had a 9 tails under the chest protector. And if there's anyone young watching, don't ask your parents what that is, or do and have an uncomfortable conversation with them. Tell you what, this thing is fun. And that's the end of the 7-mile loop. Alright, it's almost the end of the day, so I better pack up before I start imposing on these folks. I definitely don't have time for a third lap today. Make our way back to base camp. Yeah, so the wheel's slightly off, so I need to straighten that back out. That's cool, that's easy enough to fix. Well, that's not good. Thought something seemed a little gassy here. So a little leaky gas cap. Oh. Well, that's certainly different. Well, let's do a quick inventory. So we have a slightly leaky gas cap. I might have to work on that. Tires still seem to be in good shape. Rear suspension is not blown. Front suspension is looking good. Yep. No leaks, no drips, no drops, no bloops, no blops. So I think today was a very successful run-in for this bike. Except for I need to figure out if I'm still going to be leaking from this. Well, hopefully you guys enjoy that. Like and subscribe if you do. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.